Hey everybody, welcome back to another movie review. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. And yeah, did not think I'd be reviewing this, but here we are. Um, in my attempt to catch up on films that I did not see, that I was curious to see. Uh, man. All right, so Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which was written and directed by Drake Whitefield. I don't know, something along those lines. He also edited the film as well as produced the film, so he's heavily involved and self-financed probably. Um, as you know, I think people know at this point, it's a horror interpretation of the Winnie the Pooh franchise, which is a public domain, so anybody can do whatever they want with it. So some college students, I presume, decided to transform the Winnie the Pooh concept and turn it into some kind of slasher. And what I will say about it is that the pitch itself, while it is completely absurd, I would say it actually lends itself to being quite fun if it was done in that sort of way. Um, because I'm not against the idea itself. I'm against really so solidly the execution of it. Because what you get from Blood and Honey, well, I'm pretty sure you've heard it time and time again about the movie, is that firstly, it's a film that caught wind on the internet because it's just one of those passing types of films you find on the internet, like, oh, look, hear about this short film, or oh, did you hear about this or that? It's something that you hear in the week, but it's not necessarily something that needs to be put in theaters. But because of the all the buzz that was going around it, somehow, some way, it made its way into theaters for like a couple of days or so, like that. Um, it apparently made a lot of money. So apparently, by its budget, it made a lot of money. So they're going to be doing a sequel as well as a bunch of other films. And it's sad. It's saddening to me because we're rewarding stupidity. And it's sad that that's, the results of this because this is just embarrassing. I mean, I wish that it was like the kind of terrible that was entertaining because I've seen movies like that where they're just terrible, like Masters of the Universe, for example, where that film, it's awful, but it's a film that I was having a lot of fun with. This with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I was just so bored and just so done with it because one of the things, one of the many issues with the film is that firstly, it's a complete stereotype of its genre. Um, it hinders on the stereotypes of horror, which is that of you know uh, of like a bunch of girls meeting up in one place, and then all the girls are running around, all of them get killed off one by one. Then you have the final girl. They're trotting around with these tropes, um, and the way that it's shot, it's done with this very pornographic and misogynistic type of approach where the girls are having their clothes ripped off and you see their cleavage, and then at one point you're seeing the stereotype play up again with girls and their bra and panties being killed and slaughtered, even the torture itself is kind of like pleasurable and stuff like that. Like it's just like stuff that you've seen in your typical slasher. It's just played up absolutely here. The performances are awful. They're just pathetic. I mean, I don't I like I'm just kind of questioning my time spent, honestly. Like I was just so bored with it. I found myself just so like it did meet my expectations in that it is awful, but it's the kind of awful that it is what is surprising to me, which is that it's just embarrassing. Like I would be embarrassed to be attached to this. I would be embarrassed to even have my name in the film. I'd be embarrassed even to be associated in any way with the film. It is just an embarrassment. And the fact that something like this is getting a sequel and a shared universe feeds into my overall idea that people are sadistic. They love seeing outlandish concepts and rewarding stupidity. We had this with Barbie, with, the movie making a shit ton of money, and here we have Winnie the Pooh. Like, like I said, I think that if you approach this differently, like if it was just completely comical, like everything was intentionally funny and intentionally hilarious, like, and intentionally absurd, I think that you would have had something um, uh, a little bit more purposeful. But what you get here is something so aimless, so poorly designed. Like it's just the technicalities. I just kept telling my brother like there's like smoke effect after smoke effect, that cheap ass smoke effect that you see in film. It's plastered all over the film. Um, the look of the movie is so cheap. I get it. It's done under a certain budget, but when you have $100,000, I've seen people do better with $100,000. Ask Skinamarink, one of my favorite movies of the year, and tell them how to see how you manage a budget. Because you can't tell me that you couldn't do anything differently. Because you have 100K. Believe me, you could have done better than that. Again, talk to Skinamarink, um, but yeah, I'm more just just wondering why I just watched it and why I wasted my time. That's really just my overall feeling of it. I was just bored, and you know, I, when I say I hate it, I don't hate it with a passion. I just hate it in the like, okay, yeah, that's that it is what it is. It is. It's just like the optics of it. Like I said, like there's a misogynistic edge to it. There's a pornographic sensibility to it. It's I'm just getting bored just talking about it. It's awful. That's what it is. It's just awful. It's terrible, and I'm probably gonna forget about it by the end of the day. So yeah. Um, is it the worst film of the year? Yes. Is it the is it one of the worst things I've ever seen? No. Um, but in terms of a debut, in terms of just like, hey, here I am. I'm gonna go out into the scene. I'm gonna make a statement. Like this is how I'm gonna start my career forward. In terms of all that stuff, he did absolutely. The director absolutely did make a statement, but that statement comes with just like just sighs, groans, moans, and complete embarrassment. So yeah, silence ultimately is like the best way to describe the movie, really, or just this just that. So yeah, it's terrible. So those are my thoughts, but my brother. Oh, I'll be real. My brother was the one who wanted to watch this, so he wanted to watch it. So I decided to pony up $5 or $6. So I'll let him ultimately, do the bashing. I really just didn't care about it. Um, but I'm gonna throw it over to my brother, and well, you tell the world how you felt about this yeah, this thing.
I almost slept. Wait, is it over? Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was joking.
I know. Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Every 5 seconds, whenever I see a person, I want to just go to sleep. Like it was so bad. I kept laughing every time. Like the facial expressions on Winnie the Pooh. They did not even try to at least hide the fact. Like even if we knew there was a human in the masks. Here's the funny thing: they had human arms and hands, like Winnie the Pooh. Like if you look through some of the scenes and like watch him really harsh, you can see his hands, human hands, and stuff like that. And at the end of the movie, they put gloves on, and I'm like, oh, that's a difference now. And it's
Well,
funny.
yeah.
I was like, what a change. And then you're right. There was like some weird like they putting too much sexual stuff around in some scenes. Like there was one scene where Winnie the Pooh just for no reason just took this girl's shirt off and it's showing all her
Her cleavage,
her
yeah.
her body parts. Yeah, and there was no reason for that. I knew the reason. It was because the director wanted to make people get all like, "Ooh, let me look around and stuff," right? Like,
Yeah,
let me get my attention here.
yeah.
And complete BS. That's complete bad stuff.
Just an excuse to have the women naked. So.
Yeah, and it's very just messed up. Just don't do that, man.
Yeah.
And since it's a low budget film, and of course, which was like around 100,000, because I searched it up on Google while my brother was talking with you guys. And it made around 5.8 million, so it definitely made it. It's gonna make a sequel. I'm not surprised.
The whole universe too.
And they're gonna probably have Tigger on there, right?
I don't know.
Because he's not public domain, but until like 2024. So I was like, when I searched that up, I'm like, oh no, I don't know. But this is my guess on how they're gonna go with the second one. Depending how I saw it on the first one, I'm assuming they're gonna come back and investigate what happened. She's gonna bring all her other friends to a new place, and guess what? Winnie the Pooh followed them or something like that. When he brought Tigger with him. I'm just saying that's how I think this next story is gonna build up, and it's gonna be even worse. And yeah, I have nothing to think about this movie. This movie is so bad. Like, honestly. Like, please don't watch this, in my opinion. Worst movie of the year? Definitely. Ever? I would say not either. I would say not really, but I could say it's on the list. I would. You never know. It's just horrible. Could have done better.
Yeah.
Especially for a public domain movie like that. That's a disappointment.
Right.
Yeah. And plus that director needs like, I have some concerns for that director. I'm like, what's he been doing on set? Like, for real, for those people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
This is the face of how we felt about it, really. Like, I'm just ready to just doze off. But yeah, I wish we had more fun with it, but we were just like he was having more fun with it, I think, than I was. But
I was laughing at the music. The music was like too serious. It was way too serious for a low budget
oh yeah,
film.
just completely unwarranted. It's just like
it's funny with the choir and all the drums and everything like that. They were just like, yeah, dun 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 dun. Like, it was like, I don't need all that. Like, even on the most unwanted scenes, like if on the start of the film, like there was no Winnie the Pooh. We were just straight up like learning about the film, right? And they were instantly hitting those drums and all that craziness. Like, I was first thought I missed a scene or something like that, but no, what is going on? Like, even my brother pointed that out too. He's like, why is the music getting all hype up? Like, there's not even Winnie the Pooh out and stuff like that. But yeah, and stuff. It's just, yeah. Well, I'm gonna forget about all of this. Like, yeah. But if you want to watch it, that's your choice. In my opinion, I bet a lot of others' opinions would disagree on this movie, saying it's very bad, because it is bad. And yeah, and for my rating, I would say a 1 out of 10, because for one, I could have said 0, but 1, I would just say, because the music was kind of hype, and I kind of liked it because it was kind of, I don't know, funny. I guess why not? But everything else, too lazy. It was just lazy. Yeah. That's all I have to say for that whole thing.
Well, there you have it, guys. So that's it for us. So I'm so done. I just wanted to sleep, but yeah, those are our thoughts on Blood and Honey. And I don't know. Did they confirm when the sequel's happening, or?
Hold on, guys. Let me see.
I don't know. 'Cause I know they said another one's coming out. I don't know if I want to see it.
Yes,
Actually,
I
don't. I don't.
They are gonna make another one. It's coming around 2024 to them. It's been confirmed by the director.
Well, you guys let us know if you saw Blood and Honey, if you even care about a sequel happening or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't. You guys let us know in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for us, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And God, I'm just ready to move on. We're ready to move on to something else, but yep. Thank you guys for tuning in. And that's it for us. And thank you guys. Bye.
Bye,
See
guys.
you later. just yeah, I'm just ready to move on. So
Yeah. See you guys in Blue Beetle.
yeah, alrighty. Until then, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.